Kritika.
Mummy.
Good evening to one and all present here. I would like welcome our beloved guest of the day, Dr. Radhika Rani, HOD of Library. Participants, please mute yourself. Thank you. Good evening to one and all present here. I would like to welcome our beloved guest of the day.
Ma'am, you have muted yourself, ma'am.
Good evening to one and all present here. I would like to welcome our beloved guest of the day, Dr. Radhika Rani, HOD of Library and Information Science, Kakati University, Bangalore, Telangana. We heartily welcome you, ma'am. I also thank our ever-supporting correspondent, Uthukuru Sarath, Principal Ma'am, Dr. Vice Principal, Dr. Who are ready to render their active participation. It gives me immense and great pleasure to welcome you all.
Thank you, ma'am. I feel gratitude to introduce our chief guest of the day, Dr. B. Radhika Rani, Senior Assistant Professor. She has completed MA English, Master of Library and Information Science, Postgraduate Diploma in Library Automation and Networking, MCom, MA Hindi, Business English Communication from Cambridge University, UK, and PhD in Library and Information Science. Ma'am is the first women IQAC director of Kakatiya University. She worked as junior manager in British Council Library, Hyderabad, and senior technical analyst for EBSCO, Hyderabad. She has teaching experience since 2001 and published over 32 articles in national, international conference, peer-reviewed journals, book chapters, and newspapers. She also received Best Paper Award in International Conference. She is part of selection committee and associated in various committees such as Anti-Ragging Committee, Library Research Committee, Departmental Committee, Examination Committee, etc. in Kakatiya University, and Chairman of Library Research Committee. Ma'am, it is an immense pleasure to have you as our guest speaker of the day. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to welcome our guest speaker to share the knowledge in role of information literacy in digital era. Welcome, ma'am. Now the platform is yours.
Thank you very much for a beautiful introduction. Dear participants, today the topic I would like to discuss or enlighten or share my views on the role of information literacy in digital era. Yeah, I think I will share my screen. Ms. Supriya, I think you are unmute. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Well, I'm trying to share the screen right now. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the PPT
No, ma'am. PPT is not visible, ma'am.
visible, ma'am? Hope it is visible.
Now it's visible, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, yeah, it is on the role of information literacy in digital era. Well, so here I just wanted to tell you that we are in information society. Fine. So, what is information society? Am I audible? Please confirm this for me.
Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. That's so great. So, as I told, we are living in information society. Now, I understand most of the audience over here are from library science background or either practicing librarians as per the whoever is participating over here in this FDP. Well, so when we talk about information society, it is something like it is what we call it as a knowledge society, where we talk about the capabilities to identify, produce, and process, transform, disseminate, and use information to build and apply knowledge for human development. Well, so they require some empowering social vision that encompasses plurality and inclusion, solidarity and participation. In simple terms, it refers to knowledge-based society. Now we are talking about knowledge-based society. But what is a knowledge-based society? Where it refers to societies that are well-educated, who therefore rely on the knowledge and their citizens to drive into innovation and entrepreneurship and dynamism of the society's economy. So, in a knowledge-based society, innovativeness and lifelong learning society is a part and parcel of knowledge-based society. When we talk about this, it possesses of community of scholars, researchers, engineers, technicians, research network, or people working with knowledge, firms engaged in research, in production of knowledge, or high technology goods and services, etc. So when we are talking about these things, knowledge is used to empower and enrich people culturally and materially. So ultimately, the intention is to build a sustainable society. Fine. So now, when we come to this particular aspect of changing dimensions of libraries in the contemporary world, so here we need to understand that we are moving, the libraries are right now moving from physical to virtual. That means creating a balance between the physical facilities that we are trying to provide with increasing demand of digital materials. Well, individual to community libraries. What we talk about individual, accommodating the needs of individual in concern with the community engagement. Well, collection to creation libraries. Then here transforming libraries into facilities for media creation, or not just consumption, but creation libraries. Okay, portal to archive libraries. When we are talking about portal to archive libraries, it is balancing the needs of physical as well as digital archives as well. Okay, so in this slide, I just wanted to show you how the libraries are growing from traditional libraries to automated libraries, and then electronic libraries to digital libraries. Now, what is the difference between these? From traditional library, where we only had the physical collection, from there we moved to automated library, where the things were maybe the housekeeping operations and all were automated, and then came electronic resources in the library, and later digital library, where the physical content of the libraries were also digitized and they were part and parcel along with the electronic libraries. Or then came virtual library, where there is no library, but the library is existing virtually, and then we are into the hybrid library, holding both physical as well as the digital content. Fine today. Well, now in the changing environment of librarianship, I just wanted to tell you that in who will be the fittest, survival of the fittest, a person who is fittest, the librarian can, I just wanted to confirm, are you able to see the full screen?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean to say full slide. Is full slide visible?
Ma'am, some words are hidden, ma'am.
Yeah.
Now
Is
it's
it
visible,
now?
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for correcting. So changing environment in librarianship. If we are understanding about the librarianship, the person who is fittest only can survive. That we all know that. So information specialist, as an information specialist, we need to re-establish our roles, our self-image, and we should be a motivational parameter in order to deal with the ever-changing information environment. Well, when coming to digital era, now today's topic is all about digital era. We have seen this particular slide says the digital era can be seen as a development of evolutionary system.
ಆಗಬಹುದು
In,
ಆಗಬೇಕು
guys,
ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಹೇಳಿರೋ ನಿಜನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ
guys, there is a lot of disturbance. Someone to check on that people are mute. Please mute yourself. Okay. So this is going to actually be a disturbance in case if somebody is speaking. Please be conscious that your microphones are in mute. I think it is now okay. I just wanted to tell you this particular aspect. What is the digital era? Now we are turning to evolutionary system where knowledge turnover is not only the knowledge turnover is high, but increasingly it is going out of control of the humans. That is, it is making time in which our lives are becoming more difficult to manage. So for example, when we take the example of internet, the semantic web, the functionality of the semantic web, which understands like when you try to do searching on internet and all, unknowingly the matching words or often multiple meanings of words, and in times of like even the changes in the software, exchange of knowledge with the human intervention, all this is nowadays becoming a difficulty. In a way, I can tell you that digital era is a double-edged sword. Merely having access to information is not a success, but it is important for us to understand the context of information and data. That means how best it can be used and be successful. So in the pace of change is ever increasing. The new advancements are coming like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, IoT, which will provide more information. But the most important aspect we need to understand is how we are going to sustain in this digital era. So briefly, a small introduction about the digital era here, that if we divide the digital era into three aspects, like pre-digital or middle digital or post-digital. So in the pre-digital, it was something like things were moving digital, like encyclopedia becoming digital and all, and it was searchable repositories. Later in middle digital, what happened? Slowly, even see, now it has entered into our lives. Maybe they shifted to card payments, or like cord cutting TVs, or majority of things started coming to our lives. Then in the right now, I think we are in the post-digital, where we move into a back, just like electricity, it is an internet, or the digital things are a part of our life, individual's life. Okay, so in this new digital age, the internet will be available everywhere, and things like smart cars, smart homes, today smart, we have to transform to smart librarians too. So the concept of restriction based on location will be a thing of past. There will be both new freedoms, new challenges to explore in this age. So where we are going to find a population who are born digital, that is a fact we have to take up. Okay, so in the digital era, knowledge turnover, it will become out of control of humans, and mostly the society is attuned to knowledge, and impact of information and communication technology is going to be enormous on the lives of our people, especially even on the libraries. So when we talk about impact of information communication technology on libraries, so here, however it has crept into libraries, and now we are trying to ensure quality, integrity, and curation of digital research information. Now, hope you understand the quality and integrity. But the concept is all about curation of digital research. What is digital curation? It involves maintaining, preserving, adding value to digital research data throughout its life cycle. Say a simple data is used in a multiple ways. So something adding value to the information. Basically, you can think on that way. And today libraries are bridging and correcting, knowing and understanding. Like they're trying to understand where the information is lying, or where the knowledge is lying, and how to correct. So today I would like to say that as a librarians, or the people who are dealing with information, we are only bridging it. We are only facilitators. Well, at the same time, we need to archive the digital content. So it is essentially to have the competence. Now, in this scenario, it is highly essential that we need to have certain competence to use information effectively. That is what has been suggested by many of the management gurus, okay, for any organization success. So then comes the importance of information handling. So what is today it has become, so we are in the information driven, or not even information, knowledge driven society. So importance of information handling and use. So there are several reports which have emphasized on importance of finding the information, evaluating the information, and using the information in the modern society. So what is the importance of information use? Today, we should think about information literacy for all, not for information for all. That means information is available in tons at a disposal of a single click. But it is more important that we should be literate, information literacy for all. So today the topic is about the concept of information literacy. So what is information literacy? The development of the concept came up when the information started exploding. Much of information came into picture, and information literacy evolved from the previous aspects that we were speaking, user orientation or user education, or maybe we may be calling it as bibliographic orientation or library instructions. Well, more or less, this is beyond that. Well, so most of the people think information literacy is a set of skills requiring technical ability, or more simply as doing. So true information literacy, however, involves both thinking and doing, not just doing with some technical ability. It also involves critical thinking. So when you see this particular slide, here it shows what all the information literacy contains. For instance, the information literacy is about information fluency. The other things I have told you, like information competencies, user training, and information skills, along with the user education, bibliographic instruction, which we were being giving to our people. So if you take a simple history here, information literacy history also, as per Dr. Ranganathan's 5 laws of library science, it is imparting knowledge of available sources or collection and has been important job of the library. This is the important job of library. Even now, what we are trying to say, there is enormous number of lot of knowledge within and outside the library, which we don't have control. Only thing what we can do is we can literate our users so they transform them into lifelong learners. So how this concept actually developed? Okay, so Paul Sarkozy, Information Industry Association, he came up with this term called information literacy, which carries a new set of skills, like how to locate the information needed for properly using the information and all. So here, in this slide, I would like to show that know where to find information and how to use it. That's the secret of success as per Albert Einstein. So this also says the same thing, recognize when information is needed and have the ability to locate, evaluate, and use effectively the needed information. This is the definition given by Association of College Research Libraries. And they say that you should know how to locate and evaluate and use information effectively. So when we see the simple definition here for more understanding, information literacy is knowing when and why you need information. In other words, understanding the scope of the information that you need and where to find and how to evaluate. We can find with a click of simple, if we take the example of Google, I can just click with whatever the keyword I would give, and I will get lakhs of, in fact, more than 10 lakhs web pages at my disposal. That means I'm having a lot of recall, but the precise information is missing over here. So here we need to understand that how to evaluate the information. Filtering of information is more important, and use and communicate it in an ethical manner. Now, the concept of ethical use of information is also spoken much about. So this was said by CILIP, Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals. Ultimately, when we talk about who is information literate person, now a person who have learned how to learn. That means how to learn because they know how knowledge is organized, how to find the information, and how to use the information in such a way that others can learn from them. So information literate people are prepared for lifelong learning. Today I acquire some skills. That doesn't enough. I should be a lifelong learner because a person who is a lifelong learner can only always find information needed for any task and decision at hand. Well, so what are the keys to lifelong learning? When we talk about this, there are some few keys as a part of lifelong learning, like computer literacy, learning to learn, information skills, library skills, information technology literacy as well. So this is a key to lifelong learning. Now, in a simple image, I would like to show you, this is an umbrella term. Information literacy is an umbrella term where it holds critical thinking skills. What are those all skills? Traditional library, instructional and information, like when we talk about computer literacy. So it's an extension of traditional literacy, which requires an individual to complete basic tasks on computers. That is awareness about computer software packages or library software packages or databases, may be online, networked information on internet, including open access resources. So then comes media literacy. Okay, so media literacy is a person who can decode, evaluate, analyze, and produce both print and electronic media. Well, the network literacy. When we talk about the network literacy, it is about the global network information or resources and services that are there and how to retrieve specific types of information from networks. And in other words, it is a simple information discovery tools that we should know how to manipulate the electronic and networked information, combining both resource discovery also, the term that they are trying to use. The knowledge and skills identified should not be seen as a supplement to traditional literacy, but they are as a part of reconceptualized notion of literacy in electronic society. To sustain an electronic society, you need to have such skills. These skills and knowledge should be the targets of the modern information professionals in order to achieve network literacy. Well, so some of the literacies which are, and again, anyhow, I was trying to tell you the information literacy. So here, what is an information literacy? It's an ability to locate, process, use information effectively so that individuals are equipped to take advantage of opportunities inherent in the global information society. Well, so information literacy in print as well as electronic format. Now, what is information literacy? It's synthesis of variety of information characteristics. What are those? Individuals should be information conscious, should have knowledge about information, understand the concept of information, information creation, information technology, and information valuation, and ethically used information and information seeking use as well. Well, so now the question arises, why? Excuse me, please be on mute. Well, we are talking about why information literacy, guys. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. Well, then let us understand why actually we need the need of information literacy. As you all know, there is a lot of information which is being proliferating, and we are having access to information and the resources as well. So information available through community resources, special interest organizations, information generators or service providers, media, library, and internet. We are finding a lot of information which comes unfiltered. Right? This raises a question about how much it is updated, how much it is authentic, validated, what is the reliability of the information. So the information is available through multiple media, in other words, and including graphical, oral, textual, in a different formats as well. So this poses a special challenge in evaluating, understanding, and using information in ethical and legal manner. In the recent past, you might have seen during the corona phase, we just saw how much of information was just coming in, and in some places we got deviated to. We were part of the misinformation. People should be on mute, please. People should be on mute. Well, this is disrupting, in fact. That this will actually disturb. So now we are going to the changing dimension of libraries. So when we are talking about this aspect, due to digitization, there is a lot of changes that are happening. The libraries are faced with many kinds of changes and challenges with regard to technological aspects. Users and learning behaviors are changing, dynamic changes of the users' needs. Today we are facing with that, and also the social aspects. So to work successfully in digital era, precisely in digital library environment, it is indicated that new generation of LIS professionals, information professionals, should have a basic knowledge of not only computers and internet, and they should have they should play a different role, that improve their competencies, skills, and knowledge as well. So what are the skills that we need in digital era? We need to act as information. When we talk about competencies and all, no? So when it comes to competencies, it could be network technologies, communication technologies, or retrieval technologies as well. So that means having an idea about internet hardware, software, internet facilities, internet discovery tools, electronic publishing, intelligent gateways, and maybe communication technologies when we are talking about human-computer interface, speech technologies, virtual realities, graphic user interface, GUIs, natural language processing, retrieval technologies also we need to have. So what are those? Include artificial intelligence, electronic current awareness systems, electronic document delivery. These are services that we provide, isn't it? Online database searching, automatic indexing, text digitization, knowledge about multimedia and hypermedia technologies as well. So it covers a lot of things that we can, when we talk about. So the skills in digital era, here we say that information architects, we are information architects. For there, we need to have the knowledge as information consumers and the attitude as information advocates. We should be able to advocate. This is what is the right information, authentic information. So from connecting people to keeping up with the latest technology, there's a whole lot of to-do job than just stamping the due dates, what we are doing in traditional library. So it's a simple picture of information architect where we are trying to connect people to the content, what they are looking into. Well, so what are the types of competencies which we are looking into? So behavioral or life skill competencies, functional competencies, professional competencies, and personal competencies. So in the coming slides, we'll be discussing about all these skills. Well, so when we talk about information literacy skills, it is the skills which we require. We need to understand the information, what are the resources available, how to find the information from those resources, and after finding the information, evaluating the results means about its validity, authenticity, and updateness. Well, so correct and incorrect information both look very, very pleasing to our eyes when we search on internet, but we should have some mechanism to evaluate the information. So in the coming slides, I will be telling you about how to evaluate also. So apart from that, today we are talking more about ethics and responsibility of use. Am I having this ethics? When we talk about the ethics, it is the either copyrights or looking into fair use, or many things come into this. The ethics, how far I can use a particular information. Do I need to acknowledge them, or do I need to take their permissions? So all these come under the ethics and responsibility of use, including fair use, copyrights, etc. So the plagiarism concept also is a part of that. Well, so information literacy competencies include information need and assessment competence. You need to make an assessment about the need of information and how you are communicating the information. That competency also you need to have. Then competency of ethical use of information. That means awareness about several things on legal aspects as well. Legal aspects of using information, friends. So information evaluation competencies. How to evaluate? A simple term, for instance, .com sites or commercial sites. If you rely on government sites, they don't have any intention for any commercial interest, so they are likely to provide the authentic information. So with the help of URLs, or maybe with the help of the source from where the information is being published, below the web pages you'll be getting from the source it is being published, and what are the Creative Commons, etc. So information search competence, how best you are going to search. Searching anybody can do, a layman can do on, let us assume Google as a database. So in Google, anybody can make a search, right? From 3 years kids to 100 years person, right? So here the search competencies is not getting deviated in your search and precisely trying to search, not the recall or number of things that you are getting back. No, it is the precise and wanted information. Well, then information access, how best you are able to access information. Now, so here we need to have 4 competencies or skills, which are professional ethics, resource building, knowledge organization, technological knowledge, knowledge dissemination, the services through which we provide we disseminate knowledge in different ways, with the different type of services like document delivery service, gas service, SDI service, so many other services which on online they have a different name like general alerts, etc. Well, so knowledge accumulation, education and lifelong learning, knowledge inquiry, trying to research, which is authentic institutional management as well. So the list covers many as the knowledge and skills operating in the virtual library setup. Like we need to have a knowledge about latest search engine, fluent with internet searching, designing and maintaining web pages, electronic information sources and materials, and their location as well. Well, ability and capacity, including patience, to work with the users. See, today's users are already knowledgeable, why should they visit us? Why should they approach us? Why should they come to the library? The question arises, isn't it? So we have to almost walk along with them. To what extent they know the information, and from there we can tell them that this is how you need to reach to the appropriate or precise information. Well, the terminology, delivery modes, or legalities of electronic information access, okay, how you can access and all. So for these, some of the skills that you need, the further skills that you need is proper presentation skills, structuring skills, content organization skills, well, and skills in handling equipments or infrastructure, which are ICT infrastructure. Then continuously we need to be trained and experienced in organizing and conducting information literacy programs, so that we keep educating our patrons. And information literacy programs, how to conduct, we should be knowing. So that aspect also I'll talk about. So knowledge, we should have a knowledge about the primary, secondary, and tertiary resources, which we have been dealing in a physical library. Understanding classification of information sources, identifying the parts of bibliographic records, using reference tools, well, developing search strategies. You know, there are several types of search strategies like Boolean operators, advanced search when you deal with electronic and different proximity searches. Likewise, there are many search strategies. Knowledge on how to use a best search technique to retrieve the precise information on online resources is more important today. Understanding the scope of abstract. If you're looking into abstract indexes or full text, how you can retrieve, how you need to understand this particular article is going to be useful and all. Well, so these are the skills we should be able to impart on our information literacy programs, familiarizing what is a citation, what is citation style is, and citation indexing is, and people should be aware of. People are making noise. Please mute yourself. Knowledge on plagiarism, intellectual property rights, copyrights, etc. So at the same time, we should also know about the scholarly communication. What are there is, say, a simple instant I would like to say, if you're searching something on Google, it is the normal information that you get. But if you're searching something on Google Scholar, you're going to get a research information, right? So the way you search on simple search engines, example, I'm just giving the search engine example so that you can understand more easily, and differentiating the popular and scholarly communication. So popular information which is highly available may not be the scholarly communication. So the popular information is on Google, whereas scholarly communication is on Google Scholar. So just for us to understand. So understanding the key issues in scholarly publications, such as processing of publishing scientific information, how do they publish the scientific information and all. Then at the same time, we have to also check the authenticity, reliability, and currency of information as well. So here we should be, the basic competencies that we need to have is, we should embrace change. From time to time, we should not stop there, but we should go ahead and embrace a change and equip ourselves with new skills. Comfort on online medium, ability to troubleshoot new technologies. So that is also more important. So today, MLIC curriculums are the curriculums that we are trying to change, is trying to see how best we are able to give a proper IT professional, IT proficiency or skills proficient, the library science students to the job market, fine. So availability of easy to learn new technologies, and ability to keep up with new ideas in technology and librarianship. So there is much of research that is happening in library sciences as well. So 21st century survival literacies are computer literacy, media literacy, cultural literacy, where your libraries and how you need to connect with the society. Then information literacy, e-learning literacy, distance education literacy as well. So this picture actually shows you that the feeling of need for information, the knowledge of resources that are available, and the knowledge of the methods to find information, understanding the need, and to evaluate the results. This is shown in the picture form. Knowledge to work with results, and ethics in using the responsible, and knowledge to communicate, to share your findings, and knowledge to manage your findings. So these are some of the competencies which I I just wanted to share. Now, when we talk about the competencies and skills, this is okay. But what are the challenges that we are facing? Well, when we are challenges faced by like around the world, it is not only we that we are facing, but especially in developing or underdeveloped countries, it is a challenge. Because libraries are too often regarded as mere service. That is what people assume in an institution. They are essential part, but they don't treat it as essential part of institutions. And libraries tend to remain segregated from the community in a fundamental way. Most of the librarians, I generally ask my students as well who have settled in their jobs, they say that we want to do service and hence we wanted to join libraries and all. Yes, service is one part, but at the same time, I would say that we should advocate and be leaders of information today in this information-driven society. Well, so there lies a main obstacle in preventing the libraries from playing the important role, that is the political economy of the knowledge. So what are the challenges that we are facing? Credibility and qualifications. We need to improve our qualifications. We need to collaborate with the faculty if it is a higher education institutions or the institutions that you are working in, or depend. That means you need to collaborate with your users, in fact, or independent information seekers, trying to develop independent information seekers, but not relying on the person. Integration within the courses, we need to understand what are the courses that are happening. And along with that, if we are trying to provide information to students, if it is a college and all, then you may be more reachable to your users, and users may simultaneously feel that libraries playing a very important role. Integration of IT and course management softwares, today Moodles, etc. have come up, assessment and evaluation of proper information, future outlook, trying to analyze anticipating what could be the future need of the users as well. So information literacy role of libraries. Now we have to be, how we can put in the huge, a big jungle of information outside, if you can make a repository of knowledge which can provide a pinpointed information, that would be more beneficial to the users of the library, patrons of the library. Information reservoirs in multiple formats, so that everyone, each level of the user can understand in a different way. Center with librarians who are information expert, trying to collaborate with information experts across department, with learning spaces where you can help in learning space, providing learning spaces, and play, say, interaction with learning peers and teams as well. So space for knowledge socialization, trying to exchange of knowledge. In many places I've seen, they have changed the name of libraries by putting it as a knowledge exchange centers instead of libraries. One place in Ahmedabad I've seen, they have written knowledge exchange centers, knowledge resource centers. These days, people are not just calling it as libraries, but calling it in a different name: knowledge centers, knowledge exchange centers, or information centers, likewise. So, place with information advisors, reference specialists, and consultants who can actually help their users. So, Center for Computer Access, Processing, and Communication of Knowledge, gateway to internet and world of information. So if we can provide a customized information sources in a library where they are not deviated or getting lost in the huge world of information, instead of going for information chaos, they can actually learn to find the proper information. So what is information literacy in digital era? Right direction for obtaining the information, sound knowledge based on about the information sources, and this as per the demand of the users. In fact, you should go a step ahead, not only demand of users, anticipating the next step what user is likely to ask. And we should be technically qualified. Computer knowledge is a must. Active role in digital information environment need to be played by the information professionals. So here, as I told previously, we need to partner or collaborate with the places where the users can benefit. Leader, we should be leaders of information age. Integrate. Now, one of the best things what we can do is integrate information literacy in academic curriculum, trying to emphasize or trying to put forward these type of topics right from academic curriculum. See, in Telangana, we have suggested the Higher Education Council to include this information literacy or some of the aspects of library as a one paper in undergraduate level as well. So government is also thinking to include these aspects which are related to library sciences as a part of undergraduate level, then I must say that information literacy is one of the chapter in Kendra Vidyalaya school students below 10th class, right? So that has to start from starting. You just give the internet access to your kids. That is not enough. You should teach them how to be knowledgeable in the vast world of internet as well. So here, information literacy in digital era, library professionals should be lifelong learners. Librarians are bridge gap between the information rich and information poor people. So what is the role in promoting information literacy? Providing orientation skills, building new paradigms and frames for analysis among users. Now you need to understand who your users are, how you are going to, there are different levels of users, fine. So by direct participation, providing orientation skills, regular way, we should be able to provide, we should act as information disseminators. But how we can do? We can organize frequent seminars and workshops. Classroom teaching can be done one class for teaching about information strategies and the information collection and dissemination. Trying to remove the gap between the user and librarian. Accept as educator. So in a way, we should say librarian should be a part and parcel of teaching. Librarian as a teacher. So here we should expand our professional horizons among the users, encouraging users for discussion methods, curriculum design. We should be active participation in curriculum design and resource availability. See, when I tell all these things, you might be thinking that practically, is it possible? That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, today it may not be possible, but somewhere we should advocate that, yes, I am a person who is dealing with information, and hence I should advocate for information, saying that we play a very important role. That should come from our belief system. We should feel that I'm not just taking care of the library, but I'm a manager of the library. Well, if that type of mindset comes into picture, then you will know how to manage or how to actually do what type of services can be provided in a more better way. So what are the techniques for promoting information literacy? User orientation, online interaction, virtual reference desk, chat references, conducting workshop, classroom teaching, posting tutorials, design. Some of the libraries are offering certificate courses for in different areas, course content they are developing, institutional portals, we should be able to put the tutorials and all, conducting workshops and teaching role of digital resources quite often in the library. Find a relevant and precise information like we call relevance, precision in web search, how we can achieve that should be taught. Web search techniques should be taught, and information literacy blog should be open so people can learn from that instead of quite often approaching us. So different methods like online tutorials, website, virtual tools, physical library tools, oral participation, demonstrations, workshops, video films, audio, pamphlets, brochures. All these are towards educating our users in a way. So, but above all, there could be some question lingering in your minds, but successful information literacy initiatives can be done only with institutional policy. Institutions should understand that this is highly important today, that information literacy is more needed. It is not the library teachers, the IT partnership, but it is the complete gamut that institutions should understand about information literacy. So to sum up, the right to know, right to source what is known, right to share what is known, what is fairly used, what is known, right to assist others in knowing, right to improve knowledge, and right to transform known world. This is the 7 rights of information literacy as told by Blitzky. So the changing paradigm of library information services, we should understand the role of professional librarians changing from preservation of knowledge to that of information literacy advocates, information educators, in other words. That is how we are going to sustain an information age. Well, with the society moving or almost using technology in every aspect of their life. Active, how we can do? By being active learners and keeping ourselves updated. Well, so information literacy is a process. Skills must be taught in the context of overall process. So it is a process where users should be educated and we also need to be updated. Well, so information literacy skills instruction must be integrated as a part of curriculum, reinforced within and outside the education setting. So these skills are vital for future success. So, friends, this is what I just wanted to share, some of the insights which I knew. So the last slide says that getting it right is a key to information literacy, and this is a new uh, habit of mind. Information literacy is a new habit of mind. Well, sorry. Well, I'm stopping the screen sharing. I have completed my session. If at all any of you have any questions regarding this particular aspect, you can ask me. Hello, is anyone there? Hello. I'm not sure if I was really audible. No one.
Yes, ma'am, you were audible.
Okay. I have completed with my session. So I understand there are around 81 people. I hope most of you are the working professionals in libraries. Well, yeah, I can see ma'am now.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Such a wonderful session. Very detailed knowledge.
There is some what you speak. I'm sure if it is audible. I hope I could have reached you in imparting some of what I know about information literacy. Of course, that is the area of my specialization as well. So I just try. If anybody has any questions, they can please ask me. We'll try to. Well, if needed, I can share the PPT to you, ma'am. Maybe you can share with the participants.
Participants, you can ask your question.
I think, ma'am, you're in a two places you are logged in. Probably that is an echo that is coming up. Okay. Is there any certification course for information literacy? There's one question by Mr. Arul, I think.
Arul Balamurugan.
Yes. Friends, there are certain courses, especially on information literacy, provided on SWAYAM, which is free, where you can, on SWAYAM portal, you can check it out there. And apart from that, information literacy as an elective has been offered in some of the universities, like Delhi University has a separate paper. But I hope, I understand Nirma University was offering this information literacy program. But I know that this open sources, what do you say, the SWAYAM portal and all is offering such courses. So maybe with a little different term like digital literacy, likewise. But yes, there is a lot of information on information literacy on SWAYAM portal. If you can look into that, that could be more better. And more courses are being added up right now. So I'm going through the chats. Maybe if you are not audible, you can post your questions over there. Thank you for, does this feedback link get us? Okay, please share the feedback link they're asking. Well, okay. Yeah, anything related to this particular session, I'll be happy. If you, I find most of you are from different places. of Tamil Nadu. So I know a little bit of Tamil. Romba nandri. If you have understood this particular session, so I'll not venture into talking too much of Tamil. Okay? Somebody is talking, it is not audible to me. My schooling was from Chennai, guys, so I know Tamil. Especially from your place, Avdi. Okay, ma'am. I think people don't have any questions.
Ma'am, they are very clear.
Yes, Mr. Arul Balamurugan, Kandipa, என் PPT share பண்ணேன். Malti ma'am க்கு கொடுப்பேன். She can share.
Thank you so much, ma'am. They are very clear, so no need to ask questions. That's why
Thank you, ma'am. I thank. So, briefly speaking, I thank the Sri Kanyaka Parmeshwari Arts and Science College for Women for giving me this opportunity. Somehow, ma'am connected to me. I'm thankful to ma'am for giving me this opportunity, and I must also thank Professor Radhakrishna Garu, who has suggested my name and thought that I would be able to deliver this properly. And I hope I have done my job. Here. Ma'am, could we leave? Could we end the session?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for enriching our minds with changing environmental librarianship, digital era, information literacy, and many more. On behalf of Sri Kanyaka Parameshwari Arts and Science College for Women, Chennai, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our guest speaker for sharing the useful information and everyone who is supporting us to make this session beautiful. Thank you, ma'am. Participants of the meeting are requested to turn on their video for memorable snapshots.
Participants, please.
Okay, we'll take a picture. Turn on your videos. I must say, some of my students have also joined, ma'am. So after taking permission from you, I have asked them to join. Probably. Okay, ma'am, shall we keep? Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. You can leave.
Malti ma'am, please share the feedback link with us.